Okay. Hello and welcome everyone. I believe I'm live here on Facebook. And welcome to our Wednesday prayer group. So it's good to be with you today. I first want to apologize because I totally blitzed out last Wednesday. I realized on Thursday, oh my goodness, I missed our call, and I do apologize for that. I'm getting back into the rhythm and the swing of this. And honestly, if I don't put it on my calendar, then I may not get to it because I am so now present in the moment. And so it's really, really super important that I do pretty much depend on my calendar to stay up with current, scheduling and things like that. So thank you for your patience. I'm just checking here on my phone to make sure this is streaming through because I'm doing this through Zoom, and unfortunately, I can't really see who is participating through this particular methodology. So, yeah, this is only the second time I'm using it. And so appreciate your patience while I get, yeah, everything set up. So I just want to make sure here. I'm going to get on my phone. Okay, great. So it does look like live and great. That way I can maybe see who's coming in to the call here. All right. So again, welcome to our Wednesday prayer circle. And I was just dipping into or tuning into what messages really wanted to come through today um, from the goddess, from Divine Mother, and what wanted to be shared with you. And so there's a lot of energy right now after the solstice that we just had, and the huge eclipse that we just had, and 3 very powerful days that began last Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So, of course, this energy is going to be carrying us through the next 6 months, the eclipse energy. So let's everyone, I'll just ask you to take a breath and begin by just wherever you are, getting quiet, maybe getting tuned in to your heart, to your body, and just maybe taking some deep breaths as we go into our prayer meditation. And if you've been running around all day and doing and busy and taking care of things, and maybe just taking this next, probably 15 minutes to or so to uh, just give yourself some breathing space, a few minutes of rest, a few minutes of attention, because I know that there's a lot of distractions going on out there. There's a lot of chaotic energy going on out there. There's a lot of push and pull. There's a lot going on, period. And it can be challenging to get grounded into our body and to come back into our body and come into the present moment. But that's exactly where we need to come into to be able to focus in on our truth, to be able to focus in on what is important for me today and how can I show up in the world today, um, to be more present, to be more clear, to be moving from the space of my own inner divinity, my own inner wisdom, from my own, as I like to say, angelic goddess self, or you may call it the higher self. And how can I get really clear about how I can use my energy today, and where am I giving my energy to? Am I giving it over to another person? Am I giving it over to a force that's outside of me? Am I giving it over to, anyone, a government, a news agency, an organization, and, just really tapping into that to go deep within our body, going, not just in from our mental realm, but dropping into the heart space. And then I'm going to invite you to even drop further in into your second chakra, actually into your womb space. And this is for men and women. And I'm not going to get into understanding that so much, but just dropping into right below the belly button. And if you want to bring your hand now just down to the belly button for a moment, and just with your attention, just begin to take a few deep breaths. And as you breathe in and slowing down the breath, this is going to help you to come into that present moment more easily. And you can just imagine your lungs expanding deep down into your belly and just completely filling you up. So when you're breathing in deeply, your belly is actually expanding, and then breathing out completely through the mouth, just really exhaling and just beginning to slow down your rhythm of the breath, which aligns you with the natural rhythm of the universe, actually. Because in our day-to-day world, we get so busy, or if we're getting ungrounded, we're starting to get into more shallow breathing. And then that can usually happens when we're going into some anxiety, into some fear, we're not feeling safe, those type of things. Or we can just feel like someone's pushing our buttons, we're getting triggered. Our inner child doesn't feel safe. Some of our inner wounding is getting triggered, those types of things. So at any time you begin to feel that, or anytime you begin to notice that you're not present in your body, and you may be becoming out of the body, becoming ungrounded, becoming more anxious, going into the past, going into the future, going into worry thoughts, going into all of that type of energy, then one of the quickest things you can do is just come back to the breath, just for, even if it's just for 2 minutes, and this will begin to recenter your energy and recall all of your energy into your body, particularly into the hara line that runs from your higher self all the way through the body into the earth. So today's message is from Goddess LALLA, and she is known as the Saint of Spoken Words. And so her message is, every word I say becomes a prayer. I am the author of my own story. And so this beautiful goddess, Goddess LALLA, embodies the potency and the power of our words to create our own reality. And I know we talk a lot about our thoughts and thoughts creating reality, and that is true. However, I feel like it's a little more difficult and can be challenging to control our thoughts. We have upwards of 50,000 thoughts a day running through us. And yes, we're not consciously, thinking, or it's not coming to the conscious awareness, 50,000 thoughts, but there are about that many thoughts running through us. The ones that we latch onto, the ones that we pay attention to, the ones that we give energy to, are the ones, of course, that we want to cultivate a mindfulness, an awareness of what is running through us as far as our thoughts. And it is very important. However, as multidimensional beings, as creator beings, we are also creating not just through our thoughts, but also through the words that we speak. And our words are super powerful because our words are based in the vibration of sound. And sound is how the universe was created. It's one of the elements of the basic elements of how creation was came into being, came into existence through sound, which is vibration and frequency. And from that came the light. So this beautiful goddess Lala was a Kashmiri, I'm saying that, Kashmiri mystic and poet who lived in the 14th century. She was married at the age of 12. She was extremely unhappy as a wife, and she left her home and marriage at age 24 to take up, it looks like renunciation. She became a Shavite, okay, I'm not saying that right. Let me start over. Shavite, a devotee of Shiva. And Goddess Lala walked the streets naked, dancing and reciting her love poems to the divine. She wore only the markings of her devotion to Shiva on her forehead. Lala is the creator of a mystical form of poetry called, looks like, Vada, which means speech or voice. The verses of poetry that she spoke are considered the earliest compositions in the Kashmiri language. Her words reflect the spiritual truth of non duality that she realized as a mystic. Above is the temple, and below the idol are at one, actually, in the non dual realms, which is beyond this earth's existence. Here on the earth plane, we talk about duality, right? The polarity of good and bad, light and dark, all these different ways that we express duality, which gives us choice. But beyond the earth realm is the space and the true realm beyond the veil of non duality, where everything is already in unity consciousness and there is no division. So, with her poetry, she found the unity in all things. In the freedom that follows, I, Lala, entered through the door of the garden of my mind and saw Shiva and Shakti united into one. Oh, joy! And there I became immersed in the lake of nectar and died even while I was still alive. What can death do to me now? And so, through this beautiful sharing of her poetry and bringing it into words, she was able to find the unity consciousness, and she was actually able to embody this unity consciousness beyond this world and step fully into it while in human form, in physical form. And once you step into this, once you can embody the sweet nectar of the unity consciousness, which is the peace beyond understanding, as Master Jesus, Yeshua, described it. It is what the Buddha described, right, as peace. It is at the 0 point field. It is where you are no longer, there's no longer any part of you that is separated from your own divinity, that you've merged completely with your own divinity, your own soul spark, and you have returned to remember your divine truth. And once you can embody this truth and hold it here in this human form, there is no going back. And from that space and that place, you then there becomes no fear of anything anymore. You've completely surpassed, right, all of your fears. You completely have now integrated your dark, yes, your dark and your light. And through our experience over many different thousands of years as humans, we are now at this beautiful spiritual evolutionary place on our journey here as Mother Earth has chosen to ascend to the fifth dimension. She's chosen to do that. And so, for all of us here at this time, have been given this wonderful gift of choice. Again, we do have choice of whether or not we will use this time to self-initiate ourselves back into love, back into the unity consciousness and the divine consciousness that we are, which is to be fully human and fully divine, which is a beautiful, beautiful gift and experience. And so, again, Lala's here to remind us that our words have the power to shift our reality or to continue to reinforce it. It's really up to us how we use our own power. The power of our words can shape our lives to either continue to move along in the previous paradigm, which is now falling around us right before our eyes each and every day of the third dimension, or we can now, with the power of our own words, giving ourselves and recognizing our own divine authority and sovereignty, we can use the power of our words, which become a prayer, to now shift us back into the truth of who we are, to be fully divine and human. What a beautiful gift, right? And so, yeah, and so Lala is the invitation to pay close attention to each and every word we say to ourselves, also not only speaking outward but inward, right? What that inner self-talk is saying. And so and with the words that we say about ourselves to people that we love or our friends, family, and she acknowledges from the soul that our every sentence is a prayer. Our every sentence is a prayer and is co-creating our reality as we speak it inwardly and outwardly. If we want more love, more light, and more of that joy and freedom that expands our capacity to be present in the world, then Lala is here to remind us that we can become the author of our own reality right now. We can speak our desires into being. We can speak those beautiful heart desires that we all hold in our heart, that we came here to help co-create the new heaven on earth. She is the reminder that we are so powerful that changing the words that we use to describe ourselves can change the trajectory of our lives. We can choose to focus our attention on each I am statement, and I am is two of the most powerful words in the English language, and maybe every language that we say, the statements that we say, and we can infuse our lives with the nectar that comes when we act on the truth that we are not separate from the divine. We've never been separate from the divine. We've never been separate. The divine has always been here within us. It's our light. It's our soul light. It's our soul spark. It's that beautiful, special soul song and frequency of when you were created by God Goddess at the birth of your individual soul. And so I'll leave you with this soul voice meditation that you can use this if you like this week and maybe meditate or contemplate or journal on this. What are the most powerful words for me to use frequently right now? And so maybe reflect on that and maybe really just take this time to really maybe do a quick inventory or take some time to do an inventory of what is the inner language that I'm still speaking to myself today? Is that inner language loving and kind and compassionate for myself? Is that language that's coming through me allowing space for me to be fully human, which means to be imperfect, to have these experiences without judgment or criticism, and to see myself from a very loving viewpoint, which is how the divine God Goddess looks at me, and to know that I am deeply loved no matter what. And, maybe just really take some time to journal and to reflect on what is the inner speak right now that is going on within you. And then take a look at how you're showing up right now and what your story is at this time. Are there any fragrances within your story of the codependent pattern or the narcissist pattern or the victim pattern or being perfect or a people pleaser or whatever the pattern is that you're here to transform so that you can come back into knowing that you are already whole, you're already complete, you're not broken, there's nothing wrong with you per se. You're just awakening and remembering the truth and here to embody the truth of who you are. So let's everyone take a deep breath and let me just check to see if anyone is here. Looks like, yeah, hi Sherry, hi Marcia. Can't really watch that while I'm doing this, but let me turn that off so that I can come back and Thank you for being here with me today. And let's just take a moment now to bring your hands to your heart and close your eyes for a moment. And let's just come and bring all your energy to the center of your head. And as you bring the energy to the center of the head, just imagine all of that energy just pulling up into a ball and now dropping down into the space of your heart. And as all of that energy comes into the space of your heart, it drops into a beautiful still pool of peace and love. And the energy begins to ripple out now from your heart space. That beautiful energy now begins to ripple down all through the lower chakras. It begins to ripple down into your body, taking the energy all the way down into your feet and toes. And now let's just bring your focus back up to the top of your head, your crown chakra, for a moment. And begin to open that crown chakra like the opening of a camera, the aperture of a camera, and just begin to open that up gently and slowly. And as you do, just begin to invite the light of your soul to begin to move down along the front of your spine. And we'll just ask your higher self now to begin to connect that beautiful light of you, your own beautiful soul light, that river of light that flows within you all times, to begin to connect that beautiful light that you are along the front of your spine, your spiritual spine, and to begin to expand that spiritual light all the way down through your chakras, through your central channel, and begin to widen this light so that it's not only vertical, but it becomes more horizontal. And as you breathe more deeply into this beautiful light that you are, that pure light, just breathing in with every breath, this light begins to move and expand wider and wider. So now it begins to expand all the way through your body, through all of your cells, in the space in between. It begins to expand deeply in your own personal hologram, the hologram of your physical body, your body deva, all the way down to your feet and toes. And now I'm just going to ask these celestial beings of light, I'm going to humbly ask that now begin to have this goddess energy, the celestial goddess energy, begin to move in and through your cells, the space in between. Begin to come in and gently begin to receive this light with your own intention, just aligning with this intention to receive this beautiful celestial light of the goddess. And just allow this light now to begin to move in and through you, into the body, moving deep to your on the emotional, the mental, the physical, and spiritual levels, but also moving into your body, moving in into any of your organs, into your muscles, your tissues, your skin, your ligaments, your bones, your blood, moving in through your endocrine system, moving into all your chakras, your nadis, pinjala, moving deep now within your womb center and your second chakra, and on down into your first chakra. And then just asking this light now to begin to just wash away and transmute any energies of matrix programming or mind control or conditioning, any beliefs that are keeping you stuck or held in a box of illusion. And we'll ask the energies to now just burn away or wash away and completely transmute any areas of tension, any areas of trauma, any areas of constriction, any of those third dimensional energies of shame or guilt or feeling unsafe or fear, energies of anger and rage, and any other energies that are not authentically matching your divine soul blueprint. It could be energies that have come into your space that are not your energies at all. And you could have picked these energies up from your family, from friends, from other places, places that you work, places that you've been. And we're going to gently ask this beautiful healing light, the celestial light of the goddess, to now begin to just melt away, wash away, and cleanse away and purify your body and being of these energies that you're ready to release and let go at these deeper levels, and asking them to clear along the spiral pathways deep within you. And you don't have to know where these areas are. We're just going to ask the higher self and your higher divine guidance team to guide the light where it needs to go. And taking a deep breath in and just relaxing. Beautiful. And now we're going to ask that light to begin to move down into the root chakra for a moment. We're going to bring in that pink wave of unconditional love. We're going to ask this ray of love to begin to swirl deep within your root chakra for a moment. And then just bringing love, just bathing you in love in your root chakra. Just bathing that root chakra in unconditional love and just acceptance of everything that's present there. In our root chakra is where we come from the tribal energies. And a lot of times we may not feel safe in our body. We may not feel secure. We may have experiencing fear or separation or anxiety here, fear of survival. So I'm just going to ask just for that beautiful pink wave to begin to just bring love and holding a space of unconditional love for all of those energies and bathing those energies in this beautiful pink wave of love. And that pink ray of love is now softening your first chakra. And as it softens your first chakra, you can begin to let go. You can begin to open that first chakra. And you can begin to allow more flow of your light to now move all the way from your crown chakra, moving all the way down through the root chakra, as you begin to open into trust and safety and feeling more grounded. Beautiful. And just keep breathing into that first chakra as well. You can keep sending the breath in. All of that is very beneficial and healing. Beautiful. And now as you open that first chakra, you begin to feel into that softening. Begin to feel the flow of light moving through you all the way down. Take that flow of light all the way down, expanding into roots from the very base of your root chakra, sending out roots of light deep into the earth, deep and wide. Those roots now going all the way down into the core, the galactic core of new Mother Earth, into the unity field. And now as you connect with that, you begin to feel your foot chakras opening. Begin to bring this beautiful light, this magnetic light of Divine Mother up into your feet, up your legs. Bring that light. You might feel tingling. You may not feel anything. That's okay. It's still happening. Begin to bring that light with your intention up into your legs, into your hips. Bring that light into your womb area. Now bringing your hands to your womb area. Just begin to fill your womb, your chalice, your cup with the beautiful healing light of Mother Earth. Begin to feel that light now balling up in your womb center. As you place your hands there, you may feel heat. Beautiful. And as that light grows deeply within your womb, this beautiful magnetic energy of unconditional love, just begin with your intention to send this energy out through your body and just filling up your cells and the space in between with this beautiful, nurturing, loving energy of Mother Earth, just filling you up from head to toe so that you become completely filled with light of your soul combined with this beautiful frequency of unconditional love with Mother Earth. Beautiful. And keep breathing and relaxing. Beautiful. And just with your intention, and just begin to feel that expansion within your body. Begin to feel the flow now increasing, expanding, so that you are now expanding out into a beautiful bubble of unconditional love, now surrounding your body, your aura, your being. And you might feel heat, you might feel cold, you might feel tingles, you might see colors, whatever's happening is perfect. Just allow it to happen. And now as you do that, just begin to move into the 0 point field, begin to move into this centering of peace. Begin to move into the still, calm center of your being. And just begin to anchor into this as you now begin to come into the embodiment of your wholeness, of your complete self, the Trinity of you, which is the Father and Mother and the divine cosmic child merged together. Beautiful. So breathe into that and just relax. Beautiful. Now just bringing your energy down to your feet and feeling fully grounded and stable. Just begin to come back. Just coming back to our call and just slowly opening your eyes, but not moving too much. Breathing in. Beautiful, beautiful job, everyone. So just take a few deep breaths and let's just take a moment now to thank our higher self, our angelic goddess self, I like to call her. Take a moment to thank all the beautiful beings that are here, that are around, surrounding you at all times, your beautiful divine support team, which includes not only your higher self, ascended masters, your galactic star families, your angels and archangels, and other beautiful beings of love and light who are here walking beside you in your human journey at all times. And you are held in their loving arms of not only your light team from above, but also by the beautiful loving arms of Mother Earth. So let's breathe in, everyone. Take a moment now to just sending out blessings to you, sending out blessings to everyone in the world as we all go through this beautiful global initiation together. And each and every day to come back and to this, this beautiful space of you, and an invitation to invite in the wholeness of you and to return to love that you truly are, that beautiful radiant soul that you are. It's now time to speak your truth, to speak new, beautiful creations into creating the new earth, the new heaven on earth. And we can begin to do that now, first starting with ourselves and beginning to breathe in, beginning to speak out, beginning to take new actions of new creations of our new story, of what our new story is looking like in the new earth and the new world, and beginning to anchor that in to this physical human reality. So beautiful and so important and even crucial at this time that we stay focused on that and not get distracted by these outer chaotic forces, if you will. And we can do that honoring our journey. We can honor others, their journeys. We can do that with respect and love. And we can continue to walk in that pathway of light. So thank you for joining me today and being here with me, being part of the community. And if you would like to know more about the Light Leaders Academy, you can go out to my website, which is at laurahosford.com. And I do have other offerings there for you, and anything from private sessions if you need a boost or some personal assistance, or you want to sign up for one of my classes, or even join us in the Sisterhood of the Rose Circle. Then I invite you to go out there and learn more about that. So thank you so much for being with me today. Sending you all lots of love and blessings wherever you are in the world. Be well and be safe out there and take care of you. And I will look forward to seeing you again next Wednesday. Thank you so much and namaste. Bye-bye for now.